Y'all, it's your boy Sherry Speech. I want to talk to you guys about Black Lightning. Before I get into that, though, let me be sure to remind you guys to subscribe to the channel, subscribe to Millaboy Gaming as well. All right, now let's get into this right now. Now, this episode of Black Lightning, season 2, episode 13, Pillar of Fire. We definitely got a pillar, and we got a lot of fire. And I say that because the pillar pretty much just molded itself around the MOD finally, the Masters of Disaster. And we finally got one of the guys. We finally see Hosea Johnson finally get his debut on Black Lightning as Shakedown, former ASA covert operations specialist, former Air Force pilot as well, but he was disarmed but discharged. Very similar to his I guess you could say his profile in the comics. Very, very cool indeed. And it looks like he definitely have some bad blood with Dr. Jace, because as soon as he saw her, he wanted to fucking choke the shit out of her. I mean, and it looks like he got pretty damn emotional just doing that. And it looked like he might have recognized some of his old teammates too, because as Gambit explained to the team in the Sanctum, he was a part of a 4-man squad. So possibly, as Dr. Jace told Tobias, well, some of them may die, because the original process to get them up started and things like that of that nature takes about a good 2 weeks to a month, or she can speed it up and make it 4 days. And some of them may die in the process. So I'm thinking maybe the only ones that'll survive are just Shakedown and his 3 remaining members. Also, we see Jennifer take out a little bit of vengeance for Khalil. Going doing pretty much the same similar thing that her sister did before she fainted. And as Peretta explained to her, look, you'll literally explode, because we saw that at the very beginning of the episode too. She was literally pretty much in and I'll say this, the Human Torch-esque type of balls, demonstrate how strong she is. She was even at 50%. She was able to do some damage. And we also get a little bit more into who Grace Choi is. That's actually a pseudonym, as I figured. Turns out, as Gambit said, she had a very tragic backstory. She was in a child sex ring at the age of 16, and she was adopted at numerous locations. And those things are terrible. And for the most part, we'll see what happens with that. And I'm wondering, are they going to discuss her powers as well? And I'm also wondering, if she reinvented herself and gave herself a new identity and paid some pretty high price for that, as Gambit issued as well, as I quote, I wonder, is she a part of Shakedown's new squad as well? And another thing I want to know is what's going to happen to Todd? Third, I also want to know is Jefferson actually going to reclaim his spot as president, not president, but principal of Garfield High? Because even one of his students, Trayvon, said, look, you always say Garfield is about second chances. Why don't you take up your own? And then his boy Nate, just looked out for him. He stuck his neck out for him. And then while they had like a closed door conference meeting, where did he get his job back? And even at that little interaction with Laurie, Laurie, pretty much bidding out Jefferson's ass by saying, look, these kids need consistency, and you never been able to provide that. You coddle them. I don't. They step over my damn line, they're out of there. But then Jefferson was like, look, what about, you do everything about the consequences of letting those kids, you think about what happens to those kids after you let them go, because historically society doesn't give a damn about these kids. And it's very, very true, for that matter. And I really do wish Jefferson would have stepped back in, and do his principal duties. But we all know how that is. I mean, he's Black Lightning. He has to take down Tobias first, and we'll see what happens from there. And so I look forward to seeing what goes down, man. Not only just that, but it looks like Cutter got taken out by the Markovian group, because Dr. Odell was definitely pretty damn nervous about that, because Dr. Jace was giving strict orders to stay away from Lynn. Lynn said, "Look, I'll let you move the pods." Because Lynn actually created a brand new serum to actually permanently bring these people back. So I look forward to that. And so with that being said, I really look forward to it. And see how that goes. I mean, in theory, she was able to actually get them permanently back up. And it seems as though it worked, because Wendy Hernandez is back up doing her own thing. And also, Shakedown's been down and frozen like a pizza TV dinner, as Tobias said hilariously, for 25 years. Now, automatically, Shakedown's like, wait a second, are you ASA? Because you guys always say that you are going to promise me all this shit, but only cause me pain. And Tobias says, look, I'll cause you pain if you don't do what you do with it. I'll cause you pain if you don't do what I tell you to do. So we'll see how this all goes. I look forward to seeing what happens next week. This has been your boy Trey Speaks. Peace and love.